I'll just wait even on you. I'm just waiting on you. Well, I keep so I ain't seen the sunshine. I don't know that I'm stuck in prison. Time is dragging on. And now you say it's when I was distant, I'm always so concerned. I wish you would play it down. I shot and you in my head. And I put the drinks so cheap. It's the car. It's not drink with coffee. It's only days dark, but I know I can recover. Yes, we told her. If they free from this person, railroad train was mine. I bet I can get on. They don't call it down the line. That's the alcohol I was born in the Southland. I remember the first time. holding on my hand.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to sign you.
No, no crime. Oh, no crime. Oh, no crime. On the day of perfect sky, when cloudy fades, when breezes slip somewhere, down the Thanks everybody for listening. We're going to do one more. Sing a song, it's a glory. Let's do it.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you've all enjoyed your meals. I think they were wonderful. Let's give the chef and the staff a round of applause for all their hard work this evening. I am Heather Fox, and I serve on the Lucas County Farm Bureau Board, and I am the chair for this year's event. I would like to welcome and thank you for attending Farm to Plate, a food dialogue here at the Toledo Zoo. Tonight we are going to discuss one of the most important topics I can think of. Our food, where it comes from, and how it is produced. All of us are responsible for learning the facts and deciding for ourselves and our families where we stand with these important issues. Sorry, my breath. I would like to thank our moderator and panelists for giving up their valuable time with us this evening. On behalf of all of us in the Lucas County Farm Bureau, we thank you again for being here, and we look forward to continuing this discussion and your feedback. And now, I would like to introduce our moderator for this evening's discussion. Matt Reese has worked for Ohio's Country Journal since 1999 and also writes his Fresh Country Air column for numerous newspapers around Ohio. And he does freelance writing and photography work. Matt grew up on a small farm in northwest Ohio and graduated from the Ohio State University in Agricultural Communication and earned a master's degree in agricultural education. He works on the family Christmas tree farm in Hancock County and on his wife Kristen's family sheep and hay farm. Matt has written and self-published 6 books to date, including a history of animal sciences for the Ohio State University. Matt has graciously agreed to help moderate our discussion this evening. Please join me in welcoming our moderator, Matt Reese.
Thank you very much. It was a great meal, and I'm certainly excited to be here tonight. And I look forward to some good discussion. Before we get started here, I wanted to quickly make a couple of short comments. First of all, we have an unprecedented amount of information at our fingertips today, and it seems like people are more confused than ever about their food. Why is that? Well, there's a number of different reasons, and there's as a person in the media, and I've been doing this for a while and writing and working with other types of media, there's some tricks we use in the media to get people to read our stuff and to get people interested. And I want to point out a couple of these tricks in an effort to help you guys be better able to sort through some of the food rhetoric out there and answer some of the questions you may have right off the bat. So first, number one, if it sounds too bad or good to be true, it probably is. When you read something about genetically modified squirrels or making acorn bombs and running kids off the playground or something like that, it's probably not true. So when you see these extreme headlines and hear some of these crazy things people are talking about, it's probably not true. And it's the same thing with food. So that's something to remember. You need to read, number two, you need to read or watch if it's a television segment. Read or watch the whole story. Because a lot of times the headline's really scary sounding, and then they'll have the lead paragraph, and that's pretty scary sounding too. But as you get down, usually it's a reliable source. They'll spell it all out and give you the rest of the facts, usually at the very end. So if you're reading the whole story, that's a key component to sort through some of the rhetoric. Number three, look for the donate here button. If a statement sounds suspicious, look for the motives. It's usually funny. And that's something to think about. It's also important to follow the facts and not just the presentation. You can take almost anything and make it sound really scary if you present it the right way. For example, if I were to tell you the death rate for people who drink water is 100%, that's a serious, startling statistic. Nearly all drowning victim fatalities have close links with water. Water serves as a medium, as we know here in Toledo, for growing toxicality. So I think we need to ban the consumption of water. If I passed around a petition for everybody to sign that, you'd say, man, we're crazy. We all drink water every day. We understand water is a staple of life. The problem is when you get into genetically modified crops or hormone use in livestock, you don't have the same frame of reference that you do with water. You're used to working with water. You're maybe not used to working with genetically modified foods. So when you hear those same kind of statements about other things that you're maybe not so sure of, you're more easily tricked by some of this rhetoric that's out there. And finally, maybe the best way to be able to cut through all the rhetoric is to go to a legitimate panel of experts and ask them, and that's what we've got here tonight. So, I want to introduce our panelists. First, we have Kurt Bench. Kurt, he's the owner-operator of Shared Legacy Farm, a 20-acre organic and vegetable farm in Toledo, Ohio. We also have Alan Suthermeyer. Alan is Ohio State University Extension educator in Wood County, who also serves as the co-coordinator on the Sustainable Agricultural Team and the Ohio State Sustainable Agricultural Research and Education Program. We have Rebecca Singer. She is with the Center for Innovative Food Technology. We have Tim Martin. He's a certified crop advisor who owns and operates Agronomy First Consulting and owns a small farm operation. And we also have George Peck, who works in livestock feed sales and breeding marketing and manages the head of 1,500 cattle finishing program at the Pettisville Radio. Also, as was mentioned earlier, Lynn Norman, who is a great resource, so was unable to be here tonight. We're sorry to not have her, but we have some other good experts in the building. So, with no more ado, I want to go through the guidelines for tonight. We're going to have a respectful discussion. Our goal is to have a platform to share divergent ideas and to learn from each other in the room. We have a few questions that we've taken ahead of time, 5, that we will go through first. And if during that discussion you guys have any questions that you would like to be posed to the panel, please write them down. And then on the index cards provided at the table, and Usher will come and collect those to get your question up, and I'll ask it then towards the end of the program. Now, let's go on to the first question. Panelists, you ready? Okay. Our first question tonight is, what are the differences between organic and conventional foods? What are the differences between organic and conventional foods? I think we'll maybe get started with Kurt here on this, as he's an expert in that.
I think Alan will try that one first. The differences between my viewpoint is basically a technological kind of approach versus a technical approach. What we do on our farm is replace different farm-based products and inputs with more farm-based products that we use like compost and manure. It's also like a whole holistic or a whole farm kind of approach where it's not just about what you're growing, how you're growing it, how you're treating the folks that are going to use, how you're treating your customers, different production systems, managing farmers. I think what I really want to talk about more is more about more local versus non-local or larger regional kind of food system. I grew up in a small farm, so we had a lot of local customers. But I see that the localness of products, not just being organic or conventional, have a higher impact than local law. We use a lot of organic products in our farm, we also have a lot of non-organic products. So I'm really kind of confused over I'm not totally on the organic side, and I'm not on the conventional side. So it's equal sides and both viewpoints. We try to do a really good job of really just educating our folks. I think there's a big disconnect between consumers and producers of all sizes and all ranges. So we try to do a really good job of raising that, and that is one of our strengths, legacy farms. We're being engaged with customers on a personal level. We appreciate them, we value them, we set them up for success, and we give them tools on how to use the food, which I think we've lost over a couple of generations. We grow some great products out there, but we are not really engaged in our consumers. We should have lost contact. We've got all these great products out there that can save the world, save states and different lives. People have that connection with what we're doing. So that to me is the bigger point in my opinion. access and having that connection to the farm. Along with that, our customers love our Facebook page. And it's developing, they feel that our farmers there, and it is their farm. They pay you, and they feel like they see the pictures on there, and they see the property operations. I mean, that's what we do with farmers. They do very hard.
Technically, USDA has established certified organic as a label. So if you don't see USDA certified organic, it's not been inspected and officially said as certified organic. It doesn't mean you can do still those methods that actually marketed as a certified organic USDA labeled product. You have to follow the regulations. And these are proper ways, proper set input into the regulations. So they're practical, and guaranteed, non-GMO, non-synthetic pesticides. That's basically what you're getting with the organics. So once we own that, it's basically on that.
Yeah, so basically, when we consider looking at organic versus conventional, organic products have limits placed on them with regard to what you can use to produce them, and conventional do not. These all tools available for agriculture. The next question. It seems like we have plenty of food. In fact, a huge amount of food is wasted every day in this country. With this in mind, is feeding the world a justifiable argument for the use of agricultural practices and technology that may be a concern to some people. So is feeding the world a justifiable argument for the use of some of these agricultural practices and technology? Maybe Tim, you might want to address this.
Everybody hear me okay? That's a good question. Sometimes the fact that people in other countries waste the food, sometimes those are political issues that are really related to that producing food. Humanitarian issues that people are hungry, and I believe that we have the resources to do that, and we should. It's just the right thing to do. Aside from political boundaries and things like that, easier for other people to do is using that as justification to use commercial practices or conventional practices. As long as we can provide good stewardship to the environment, sustainability, agriculture, the rest of society, we should do that.
Maybe Rebecca, you might have some ideas on this too. What do you think about it?
Well, I think that really what it comes down to is a matter of perspective. I mean, when we talk about soy, for instance, as an example, we have a limited amount of opportunity with that to make soy foods with exceptional protein value. It really does help to feed the world in that sense and really balance out what our diet needs to contain. So I think being a little more creative, being willing to look at some of those types of things and consider that technology that is being applied in positive action. The nutrients that can be outsourced, the nutrients that can be taken from some of these fruits and vegetables are very, very valuable. And I think that when we look at feeding the world, this is a true issue. We have, I can honestly say, I don't think there was a crumb left on our table. Waste is a big problem. And so when you try to balance how do we feed everyone and how do we manage some of the waste streams and how do we control what's going on, it is a huge challenge. But I think the technology lends itself well to give us opportunities to be innovative and bring new products to the forefront that can bring the protein needs that the world has, as well as the production capacity that we're experiencing now and we can continue to grow on.
I think one idea we do is that it's going to take all growers, small ones like myself and large growers that are large growers, to do all this. I think it's important to try to play the playing field And that we try to help and we all got to work together and not create sides, just try to make sure that we focus on the goal.
So we haven't heard from Jordan yet. Jordan, would you like to weigh in on this issue as well?
Yeah, I think outside of the United States, we will see the largest audience around most of the we have. It truly is a world organization. Some of the things that we deal with are dealing with global markets, whether it's exports on meat, exports on grain. So it is the responsibility of us here local, and then some of our food is from local line. And we also look at the statistics of population growing approximately 60% more food by the year 2050. So it's not the challenge now, but it's also the future as well. We have to be responsible.
And now, to you as well, as you talk about using technology and getting more.
Just take advantage of what tools we have.
Good. Our next question is kind of a loaded question again. We always seem to expect cutting-edge technology in most every other aspect of our society, but at the same time, there seems to be a prevalent skepticism about the use of new technology in agriculture. Why are people looking for the newest technology in cars, boats, computers, but are skeptical of new agricultural production technology like GMOs or hormone usage in livestock or these other things? And is it fair for people to expect agriculture to respond to this skepticism? So the question again is, why are people looking for the newest technology in some areas of our lives, but are skeptical of new agricultural production technology? And should agriculture be expected to respond to the skepticism? Anybody want that question?
We've done a poor job at educating the consumer and the benefits of some of these technologies. They can see a direct benefits. We have nutritional value added with genetic modification. Maybe it is more acceptable right away to people who don't understand something at first. So we have to do a better job of what the benefits to them are. There's obvious benefits to the farmer, but what are those benefits to the consumer? We have to talk together.
And I might add to that, all of us up here and everyone out there, we're all consumers. Food is more something that we want close to our heart. We're passionate about it. We want to be connected to it. We want to understand it. It's in our roots. It's what we've been known. I mean, everyone has their family dinners and their grandmother stories and their gardens and things of that nature. So it's really very emotional to people. And when we start to talk about technology, it instantly becomes something different. When you look at smartphones and all the latest things that are out there, that's more of a want and a status symbol, or food is just a basic need. I think the interest in local foods demonstrates that very loudly. People want that connection. People want to know where it comes from. They want to meet the grower. They want to express their food desires. And when you're looking at that, that's just it's a benefit to us in the industry. But I think it's also a tremendous challenge to communicate what's going on and how does all this fit together and relay that message as well. Because when you're dealing with emotion, it's a hard thing to really crack that nut for folks. So educating, talking, showing them our operations, showing them what we're doing, and really relaying that technology in a real sense, I think will speak volumes on our behalf.
It's building that trust. I think the consumers should trust all of this. Consumers benefit with technology is phenomenal because of it's something new, it's changes, and the change on this market. But I think that it's going to take a lot of time to build that trust and back to show them why we can be able to, why we're trying to buy. So trying to build that trust means to build the bridges back, not just our actions sharing the right kind of way something. I'm trying to feel that that's what we first.
And Tim, you certainly, as a CCA, deal with a lot of these cutting edge technologies on the farm. What do you think about the role of technology? And do you think agriculture should have an answer for these concerns that people have, even if they may or may not be doing it?
Well, when you look at cell phones and technology that folks, everybody has access to, those things simply make our lives easier. I think everybody would agree with that. GMOs in agriculture, for example, can make everybody's lives easier. They're, in the past, large areas of the Midwest have been pretty much attacked by corn rootworm. And you're faced with a choice as a grower. You apply insecticide or pesticide, some of you might need that, but that insecticide is simply there to protect the food we're trying to grow. And in GMO's case, you just simply take something else that's on the nature and insert it into a corn plant. And believe it or not, I think eventually, through breeding, we got there anyways with that. That would take a lot longer. So we're not causing any change in the evolutionary process. That's what we should believe. But that food is all proven to be scientifically safe. And it makes our lives easier. It doesn't matter what insect it is or disease that that particular product is. There's no scientific data that indicates that there's an issue with human consumption. Not only do you think about it, take the corn farm, for example, 50% of the corn in the United States goes for livestock. So not only are we as humans consuming some of that, and there's food-grade corn and things, but 50% of that corn, most of that's GMOs, folks. There's a reason why there's such a high percentage of it, is because it's a better way. And that people type of livestock, you just all left on meat and some beef and some pork. So it's a food chain is there, and there again, there's no scientific data that indicates that there is. And everybody has to look at the science of everything, and there's things in agriculture to point that out. Talk about it. Not let the folks at Monsanto or DuPont or any other folks say that. Come from the growing.
Good, excellent answers again. The next question is this. What are the functions of antibiotics and hormones in livestock production, and how does that affect consumers? So first, I wanted to get Jordan's input on this as a livestock producer, and then we have another guest speaker with us to come up and mention it. So Jordan, would you address that question first, and then we'll hear from our experts.
I'll primarily address the hormone question. It is a big one that those out there, people are always questioning. Like they stated, we do finish general and we do everyone. And the reason we do that is because it's more efficient for us. Produces more lean meat for the animal, that improves feed conversions, and in the end, it makes the operation more profitable. Things are on higher margins than they've ever been. So any bit of new technology we can use to improve our margins and our profitability grow into. Now, with that said, when we look at the actual levels of hormones that are in these meat, it's very minimal compared to other plant protein sources, as well as actually what producing human body. If you look at a pound of beef that was implanted, there's only 1.9 nanograms per pound in there, and a pound of beef that isn't implanted only has 1.7 nanograms. And we can compare that to a pregnant woman that actually produces 19.6 million nanograms of estradiol each day. So we're dealing with very minuscule amounts when we start this topic.
And Dr. Leah Dorman was supposed to be listed as a nurse in the family. So to fill in for her, she is definitely an expert on this topic. But we have another expert here tonight too, and that's veterinarian Dr. Paul French. Dr. French, would you come forward and share some light on this topic?
Just part of the question was the antibiotic channel. My point on that is, we first off, we need to prevent antibiotic use. Like, creating a good environment, like clean, right, good ventilation, good nutrition along the way, and we can prevent the major use of antibiotics in animals to keep it. We want to start with. Secondly, proper use of antibiotics. We want to use the right antibiotics properly at all times, right injection method, and injection in the proper location where there will be minimal interference to the animal health. So that's the key is preventing antibiotics to start with. Like Jordan said on the hormone use, we're wanting to make the animals its market more efficiently. And so that the product is good as well. So we're working on that. So there should be minimal competitors.
Thank you, Dr. Kennedy. Now, there's certainly been a lot of discussion on this topic in this region of the state and this part of the world here lately. Reasons cited for the growth of algae blooms include intensive farming, animal confinement, urbanization, and industrialization in the region. Federal regulators can legally require compliance by cities and factories. What is being done in the farming community to address this critical issue of water quality? Who wants to tackle that?
I can take a small line at that one. On a small scale, for small farmers, we're trying to incorporate our crops back into our operations. So the federal government has made money available to oversee costs for some of us, and some of the British watershed, Maumee Bay, and watershed as well. So there's a lot of money out there for growers to be added. We are incorporating small portions of our farms back into the winter production. So by using that, from soils making from 24/7, there's 65 days a year. We don't view it as organic or conventional farming. A lot of our soils stay even over the course of the year. So a lot of the nutrients can either blow away or wash away versus the winter growing some vegetables or commodity crops. So by incorporating these cover crops, it holds the soil, it creates good soil nutrition, creates microbes and holds that phosphorus, nutrients, or even treating the soil barrier that's washed away.
I guess I'll speak next to that. I work with this every day. This whole issue of alcoholism in the lake area is called production agricultural extension. It's been back in the 70s. And at the time, agriculture responded because this was a sediment problem in the 70s. It was causing the phosphorus to be in the lake and causing the alcoholism to respond with large areas of changes in cultural practices, the implementation of no-till to stop soil erosion, using cover crops and some farms was implemented. So at that point in time, it was a very proactive portion. It was all voluntary. It was done with the assistance of government monies through the soil and water offices, whether it was renting no-till equipment or cleaning waterways and the ocean, that slow water run off and become the soil on the farms. It seems the problem shifted on us in the 90s with salt grab phosphorus. It's a little different beast. And understanding this problem, and understanding there's a couple of issues to play here. Today, what farmers are doing is we've been taught for 50 years in our agronomy classes and soil classes that phosphorus didn't move. Well, it really does. So we got to re-educate farmers and how to manage this a little differently. And there's a lot of things that are being done to proactive measure. I have a lot of clients that have stepped up to the plate and made major changes in their fertility programs over the years. An example is one of the things that we're doing is we deficit apply phosphorus in the field.
For those of you not familiar with fertility, all crops are good for nutrients in the field in the form of grain or fodder. Well, we know what those numbers are, and we apply less phosphorus to the field today than what we're removing in the crops. Okay? So we've cut back on our fertilizer use, and that's a source of dissolved reactive phosphorus. We've also implemented the technology of global positioning systems, highly accurate soil testing procedures, and variable rate fertilizer applications. We know that there's spatial variability in the field, and the level of education of spatial variability simply is all nutrient levels aren't the same across the field. We know that. Now we're ready to apply needed fertilizer only where it's needed and not where it's not needed. We have high levels of in the field someplace of phosphorus. We just simply don't apply it anymore. Where it needs something around what is needed. There are some limitations, however, to that technology. One of them is the application abilities of the equipment that we're using. The large spreader trucks that you see up in the field, the minimum amount they'll apply is 100 pounds. There's a hydraulic issue and a technical issue. We're working on trying to solve that so we can get those rates down even lower. Part of the reason we've gone to that is financial. Fertilizer is not cheap, it's expensive. It's derived from the petroleum industry and the energy industries. It's expensive. Corn is now $3.25, and there's one of my clients, there's some of them sitting in this room that are a little concerned about that. The cost of fertilizer. Some of the other technologies that we're using, the RTK auto steer systems. We wonder what auto steer systems have to do with phosphorus placement. It's really simple. We can now magnify the phosphorus with strip tilling equipment, and then we can plant our crop right over that concentrated band. We're applying phosphorus and concentrated strip in that field, and then putting the roots right into it, so that the plants are going to pick up more of it. And once that fertilizer is introduced to the soil and contact with the soil, it goes through a mineralization process. Some of it is fixated and becomes a low over a period of time. So there's some things technology-wise that we do to understand. Another thing that's happening in this is control losses on our field trial. Studies from the United States universities and independent labs and some agribusiness folks out here have indicated to us that we're losing phosphorus not only from surface runoff, but we're losing from DRB through tile lines. These control boxes are installed in the outlets of the fields, and we actually control how much water is draining from these internal drainage to the tile lines of the field. At certain times of the year, you can actually stop that process altogether. There's no running problem in the field. There's other times of the year we have to manage that a little bit better. But it's also a water conservation practice to do that. So we're also, when we do that, when we manage that water better like that, we're increasing crop yields, and which is taking up more phosphorus and tying it up in the plant fodder. So there's a lot of things going on in production agriculture to help figure out this and try to control this issue and to get it under control from agriculture. A lot of these things are supported through your tax dollars, through the soil and water offices and NRCS, and some of them are, like I said, are probably supported by the farmers themselves or other ag groups that are great checkoff dollars. So those are some of the things that we are doing to cover crops.
Yeah, I wanted to add to touch on really quickly on the cover crop season expensive for the cover crops now in Georgia to touch on what livestock industry is doing to address water quality as well.
Just sent to Ohio Woodville Council field days for these field day events used to talk about what can you buy, what can you add to the soil, do things. That wasn't how they discussed. We were talking about soil health and soil quality, and all this is going to add to preserving the nutrients better, things consumers say about production, just getting the healthier soils and cover crops. I think we're going to see big improvements, but it's going to take some time.
I think from the livestock production side, there's a lot of things already in place in terms of manure management plans. These are extensive documents, and put one together before, and I think Tim worked on it there. I'm coming to do the ODA area research on programs, and these large operations have to take soil tests, and they have to have a large number of acres to apply all the manure that they produce, and it's to prevent runoff. It's basically what Tim was talking about, putting on that farm what the crop is going to remove that year, so that we do not have excess phosphorus, nitrogen, anything in the soil. And they watch these very carefully, monitor and overall it every year for this. So there's a lot of things in the livestock industry that is already monitored in terms of that. Smaller producers, they have setbacks, they have a certain set of guidelines as well they have to follow in terms of when they can apply manure, how they can apply it, where they can apply it. So this has been happening for a while, and it's going to continue to get stricter as new legislation comes out.
Great, there are tremendous proactive efforts in agriculture to address this water quality issues that occur, and it's often decided that agriculture may be one of the most proactive components of this very challenging and very broad, reaching problem we have. Okay, we have our first question from the audience here, and the question is, how do you feel the ethanol industry impacts farms and farmers? And where do you see that relationship moving to in the future? So, I think Tim probably would be a good one to start on that. The question again is, how do you feel the ethanol industry impacts farms and farmers? And where do you see that relationship moving to in the future?
In the Renewable Fuels Act, it was passed 10 years now, something like that. Actually, it was a huge positive for the American farmer. If you're a farmer, you know that you're setting a surplus of corn every year and really no market for it. Well, the ethanol industry consumed that corn for us and turned it into energy, which is something the country needed. And it was a affordable energy, and it helped the farmers just simply get rid of the corn and have money around. And it's been an important part of our corn consumption. It's an integral part of it at this point in time. I see that possibly shifting in the future. Ethanol from corn can be a little expensive to make at times. There's been some debates about whether it's too hard to make that ethanol that it actually saves. We're moving towards cellulosic ethanol supplies at this point in time. It's a slow process, but it'll get there. And when that becomes the case, we'll still have a market for part of the farm if that moves along there. So I see that as positive. It's stopping, of course, but ethanol as long as we can affordably produce it here.
And as you can imagine, corn farmers are particularly fond of ethanol because it's an important market for their product. But some livestock farmers may not agree with that, with those sentiments. Jordan, you want to shed any light on the livestock industry view of ethanol, how it fits into your operation?
It does make actually buying more expensive for the livestock producers. It's made it a lot harder on the poultry and swine industries as they buy corn bags. There's some benefits to it in terms of the byproducts that come out of that, in terms of dry distillers grains or wet distillers grains, but they become so efficient, and now the nutrient values in those products have continued to drop. So it's a give and take relationship a little bit. I do know that it seems like coming from a small country elevator as well, where we're the competition for corn from the farmers has also become greater as the ethanol plants start branching out into larger territories. So a lot of positive and negative from our standpoint.
And Rebecca and Kurt, I thought maybe from your perspective, is sort of maybe a little different. You're not necessarily large corn producers, but you have a perspective of agriculture, maybe a broad perspective of what that all might mean to agriculture. Do you care to tackle that?
To add on to
is that I just spoke to the gentleman from Poland, the position for a 1 night, is that it's increased the value of one roughly 30 cents in this region. So from a bottom line standpoint, for producers, it's a good situation. There's a lot of discussion out there about, I don't know, right ways to do a lot of things. The cellulose things, it is a new primary driver. That's the cellulose phase. I'm not 100% sold on that because we take off one bar organic matter. Then they obviously for an action ready tool that showed mission growers what sustainability of their soils would be if they extract a certain portion of their year that is sustainable. So that's just my personal opinion. So
anybody else want to jump in on that one? Okay, do we have any additional questions? No. Okay, the next question. Ohio State has shown that the use of gypsum or calcium sulfate is shown to reduce dissolved reactive phosphorus leaving the field by 50%. Is this practice happening at the farm level? So, is gypsum being used to address the phosphorus challenges at the farm level? It's probably one for the day.
There has been some work on that. There's been talk about concentrated applications of gypsum made above tile lines to help basically the calcium phosphate But I think that needs some more testing, and the jury's still out on how effective that will be over time. One of the things that you have to be careful in your field is everything has to be balanced. There's some concerns about too much calcium in some fields. If it's a quite built clay, it's probably that would be an issue. But if it's a sandy loam, you can actually, by introducing too much calcium, cause imbalance in the nutrients, causes nutritional stress as well. So I think the jury's still out.
There's a lot of extreme views that like what you've done for us. Not a lot of science. We need more science. That's, again, there's a process that you go through to do it correctly and get the results believable and applicable to all sorts of things. It's going to take some time and research.
Yeah, the region of the western Lake Erie watershed is very diverse in soil types. Wherever this leads to a solution has to be applicable across all those areas.
Yeah, so in short, that is a practice that has been considered and is being looked at. There's more research that needs to go into that before we actually know if it really does address the phosphorus issue out there. And there are a number of different caveats to that. But it's safe to say it's being looked at, being considered, and some farmers are working on it on the farm level, and it's also being addressed at the university and other levels in terms of research. Right. Okay. This is going to be our last question. This, I want every panelist to answer this one, and I'm going to read to you on the thing in mind to give you time to think about it. It's kind of tricky. If the media were to push one agricultural message for the next year, what do you wish they would tell the public in one sentence? So I'll repeat that one. If the media were to push one agricultural message for the next year, what do you wish they would tell? Now I'm going to give them a second to think about it. I'm going to give you my answer. My answer is really short. Agriculture cares. Agriculture cares about the water. Agriculture cares about the use of technology and how it relates to food safety you have every day. Agriculture cares about your family because they care care about their people. And people in agriculture are people. So my sentence would be very short from agriculture to care. Let's start with Rebecca and see what she has to say about that. One sentence you want the media to share with the public about agriculture.
I don't know if I can steal this one, but if you read today in the farmer, I think it can be overly expressed. There's a lot of hardworking individuals that are really giving us the basic nutrients that we need on a daily basis, and they're getting few and far between on how many people are willing to step up and do that and be part of the industry. So I think simply thanking the industry, accepting that a lot of good things are happening, and recognizing we are working hard to make improvements in our local food systems. So you made it today, thank you, farmer.
Let's go right down the line. So, Kurt,
I would say something about choices. The American consumer deserves to have choices. And as a result, everything we take away from us, but the power of choice, right? So give the consumer a choice of what they want to buy.
Mine's pretty straightforward. Healthy soils or animals equals healthy food, and equals healthy feed.
Okay, so good to see you. I would agree with Matt that agriculture cares. You know, we're humans, we're consumers, we have families, we have children, and we have to live in this environment. You know, if you look at where agriculture has come, from the first time the Indians up the Pilgrim placed fish underneath the fertile corn where we're at today, that's a pretty amazing story to tell. And part of its success is that we care. We're always looking for a better way. Do we make mistakes? Sometimes. Are we perfect? Not all the time. We're humans. And you know, I sat at a meeting one day and listened to the moderator talk about this phosphorus issue and fertilizer pollution. Sometimes people think that farmers aren't good stewards. I'm going to pose this question to you. Can you imagine a group of farmers getting together at the corner cafe every morning and saying to themselves, what field are we going to go pollute today? You think it happens? No, it does not. It's far from that. You know, farmers understand that we have to take care of the environment, and who else better to do that than somebody that's in it every day? While we all scurry off to work in our office buildings and stuff, we're out dealing with these issues, dealing with the environment. They care, we care. It's important to us to provide a good, healthy product to the consumer.
I'll just go after them in terms of, we continue to produce one of the safest food sources in the world, and we should probably thank you for that, because we don't have to worry about where our food comes from and the safety of it. We have one of the world's safest food supplies, and it's because of our farmers, it's because of the industry. As they said, we care. We continue to do research, we continue to explore new ideas to make our operations better and make a better product for the consumer.
those are some pretty good answers. I'm impressed. I don't know about you guys. Well, we've heard a lot of information here tonight, and it may or may not have been all digested by all of you as you were pitching out your meal. But that was certainly a lot of good information on a number of interesting topics, including the technology we have in agriculture, the proactive efforts agriculture is putting forth with regard to improving water quality, and also ultimately that agriculture does care. And people in agriculture are invested in the land and are doing the best for their families and for their children, but also to put the highest quality, safest food product on the plates of the people in this country and around the world that's ever been accomplished in the history of the world. So for that, we do need to thank farmers every day, and I think that about wraps it up for this evening. I'm going to welcome Heather back to the microphone here to wrap things up. And I thank you all for your attention. It's been a privilege to be here.
All right, everybody, thank you for bearing with us this evening. And then also thank you again to our panelists. And we're going to call our county president, Joe Myers, back out, and we're going to present our wonderful panelists. Thank you again. It's been a pleasure working with all of you since about February, and I really appreciate your guidance and your support and your willingness to don the tie and button up or to coat for the evening and spending time with us. So we'll go ahead and have you guys exit just way downstairs this time, not off the side of the stage. And we'll go ahead and present you with your gifts. The gifts are our Ohio baskets, which feature all products that are made and produced in Ohio. It's a wonderful basket to be a Farm Bureau member. These are the smaller size baskets. We also have the large size ones. So you guys want to go ahead and do the parade. Give that one more round of applause for all our and a couple other people we would like to thank this evening, Aaron Kilmer Photography and Dan Leggett. He is part of Ohio Farm Bureau. We were very grateful to have him on, so if you are following the Facebook page, these pictures will be posted tomorrow. Also, the live feed from this evening we will have edited into a wonderful video, and we will pass that along once we have that edited. Let's also give a round of applause to Sean Esther, the gentleman in the red shirt, for arranging all the technology and everything. And the last person I would like to recognize for all the wonderful graphic design work that she did, and her help and her support, Rita Castillan from the Ohio Farm Bureau, our state office. She's our marketing assistant. And I can tell you this will impact the state the past few months, and definitely made a huge impact in the event for graphic design. And then last but not least, we have some door prizes to give away. Our centerpieces were donated by local businesses and organizations. So when I call your name, Jamie and Bill will be handing those out. The first individual is Kathy Beck. I'm going to go ahead and head towards the back. Jenna Vincent. Paul French. Mike Green. Jody Hyland, Kate Nick, Roger Lemley, Carmen Mendoza, Robin Reimer, and Tony Weber. Give a round of applause to all our donors. And before we go ahead and dismiss everyone, I do ask that you please return your banner and or survey from your program to the registration table. Thank you again for attending Farm to Plate. Feel free to reach out to us at the Lucas County Farm Bureau, and thank you again for attending this evening.